My brothers and sisters in Christ, I often hear it said in conversation with people that it would be much easier to follow God or to believe in God or to have faith if God would manifest himself more clearly. If God would just speak more clearly, concretely, then there would be no doubt in following him. And sometimes I even hear this expressed in conjunction with a jealousy that, the apostles had it so easier, the people in Jesus's time that saw him and heard him speak. It'd be much easier if you lived then, because then it would be easy. It would be a no-brainer to follow. Sometimes the same people will be the ones that question how the people around Jesus could have been so thick-headed when they were with him. And our first reading today is very important in conjunction with the gospel for kind of showing the fallacy of this line of thinking. Moses points out to the people of Israel, no other people has had their God manifest themselves in such over-the-top ways. God has literally been following his people in a cloud of fire. God speaks to them from the cloud of fire. He dwells in them in the meeting tent with the cloud. Forget the miracles he's performed, water from the rock, the manna from on high, deliverance through the Red Sea. God has manifested his power and his deliverance for Israel at every turn, but he is very clearly manifest amongst them. You can't be an Israelite and ask whether God is there. It's very clear. But Moses is saying this all the while pointing out that they must therefore follow God, not follow strange gods, foreign gods, but they must pledge their hearts fully to God. This is because despite this over-the-top evidence, Israel still had hardness of heart to not follow God and to question him at every turn. And so the truth of the matter is most episodes of doubt or faith are really a cover for pride. And I'm not trying to say that there's never authentic doubt or that it's not experienced as such. But as pride underlies most sin, we can look at the question of this kind of doubting God and reinterpret it for what it really is most of the time. And that is control. Whether we will yield to God, whether we will put our fate in his hands, to entrust ourselves, our well-being to him. That is the real question. Jesus in the gospel speaks of the need to take up your cross and follow. This speaks not just of literal martyrdom, but of suffering, of dying to self. And this is what so often we really are fleeing from. Not a question of whether God is there, not a question of whether God can do something or not, but will we entrust control to another? Or do we want to be our own God? And so, constantly, it's easier when we're uneasy, when we're wrestling with this, temptation to hold on to control, to put it in terms of doubt, that we just don't know. Is God really there? Is God really speaking to me? Does God really will this? And we can feign a paralysis in the name of doubt. But let's call it for what it really is. It's our own pride getting in the way. It's our desire to be God amongst ourselves. Not just to chase foreign gods, although sometimes we do certainly chase idols out in the world, but the biggest one is our own autonomy, our sense of control, of self-determination, that we want to be God to ourselves. We don't want to entrust ourselves to the will of another. But we are the creature. God is the creator. And not only is he the creator, not only does he rightly have sovereignty over us, but he does so in a greater love for us than we even can have for ourselves. God has not only the power, but the desire, the will for our good. And so, it's not really a matter of outcome, it's a matter of pride. Will I let go? Will I entrust myself to another? Will I take up my cross and follow the Lord? May God bless you all.